And so, and by the way, Felipe says hi to all of you. He already started his classes, so he won't be able to join us. But he said that he really enjoyed, talking to all of you. And yeah, he sends his regards. So let's start with you, Pavel. Okay, so talk to us about this. What do you see in this picture right here?
On the left are $20 banknotes, US banknotes, and on the right is a White House, or what is it?
The White House. Yeah, exactly. And so can you explain to us, or how would you explain to someone what the White House is and why is it on the $20 bill?
It's the building president's house. There he lives there, and he has office there, and he coordinate United States, and is the historic building, and it's the sign of the US, I think.
That's right. Yes, maybe instead of sign, I'll say a symbol.
Symbol.
It's a symbol of the US. Okay, perfect. And
David, do you know when the front entrance changed? I didn't ever realize that it's different.
Oh, well, I think one maybe one is the front part and then the other one is the back part.
Oh, I see.
I think so.
Okay. I thought it's changed, like they rebuilt it.
No, I think I mean I've been there, but I think one of them is like there's the front part and there's the back part.
Okay.
And I think this one, the round one, I think this is the front, and then this one is the back. Yeah, that's what it looks like to me. That's what I think. But yeah, who knows? Yeah. But great. So let's continue talking about these bills and banknotes and stuff like that. So does anyone know any other places, people that are on other US banknotes? Other American bills?
Illuminates pyramid.
Illuminati. Wow. Yeah. So tell us, explain to us what that is. It sounds scary. It sounds scary.
People has opinion about the words are leading by secret groups. They call it them Illuminati. And is the theory.
And do you believe in it, or do you think it's just fiction?
I don't know. I'm just joking about this. It could be true, but I think it's not possible. I hope it's not possible. But that makes sense if you are very rich and you lead a lot of companies. You will have yourself, and why not? You can cooperation with other rich people like you and do some things. But I think if they lead something, they don't lead everything.
Oh, I see. Interesting. Yeah, great. So yeah, there's a lot of the symbols, the symbols in these banknotes. It's true. So let's see, Thomas, maybe talk to us about the Czech banknotes. So maybe who is shown there? Who's
okay? They are shown the historical. Really like famous people from history, really like they are like really important for our Czech history for us, and like the previous kings or presidents, and also the writers And I think, yeah, writers, and I think that's all. I think.
Do you
But
know?
I don't know if I don't know. I don't exactly know the front back of the banknotes, because I don't know if there is some buildings or Czech castles or also something like that. I really don't usually use the banknotes, because I prefer the credit card, paying by a credit card.
I see.
Really bothers me if I have too many coins and the banknotes in my wallet, and it's I don't know. It's more comfortable just paying by a card.
That's
for
right.
me.
That's right. Yes, the banknotes, they are disappearing slowly.
Yeah.
Slowly they are disappearing. And so, Emily, tell us about Russian money and Russian currency.
Oh, Russian banknotes, they look fancy. I mean, like we have all cities, not all of them, but the most biggest ones, cities of Russia. On our banknotes, for example, St. Petersburg, Krasnoyarsk, Moscow, Arkhangelsk, and Khabarovsk. And you can see some monuments. And for example, like the monument of Peter the Great, or
That one's in Moscow, right?
yes, this one, no, this one actually Peter the Great on the Arkhangelsk one. And in Moscow one, it's like a quadriga on the, I don't know, Portico de Bolsh. It's like a big theater here, like a white theater in the main square.
Wow.
That's what we see in the 100 rubles.
I see. Okay. Awesome. So that's like a good introduction right here. So now that everyone shared a little bit, we can go into our first partner conversation. Okay, so these are banknotes right here. If we have time later, we'll design some new banknotes, but when I want to get into just the general. So it's basically, we're going to talk a little bit about the economy in general, kind of the big numbers, and then we're going to talk about personal, about money management, investments, debt, things like that. But right now we're going to focus on the macroeconomic. Later we'll do the microeconomic. So macroeconomic, basically for this activity, we're just going to discuss the sentences. So this right here, this is a situation, an economic situation. The currency is very strong. Okay, so we say the currency is strong, the currency is weak. And here we have one consequence of that. So the consequence here is if your currency is very strong, it's cheap for you to travel abroad. For example, Swiss people, they have a strong currency, they have the Swiss franc. So they can go other places and everything's cheap for them. Oh, wow, cheap, oh, cheap. Okay, so that's one consequence of the currency being strong. Okay, so think of other consequences of that. Okay, so here's the opposite. What's the consequences of that? Okay, cost of living is high, inflation is low. Is that a good thing, bad thing? Why? Unemployment. If there's a lot of unemployment, what happens afterwards? Okay, and your average salary, it's about 35,000, as an example, but you can talk about the average salary, in your country, if it's good or if it's bad, if it's enough. Okay, so the important thing is just to use these expressions right here. Okay, all of these right here. Okay, to use them as much as possible, just to get comfortable speaking about the economy. Okay, the macro economy. All right, so so I'll work with one of you, okay, and then the other two will be in their own group. Okay, perfect. So we can join our partner for this. Okay. Oh, and also, yeah, the PDF, if you want to find the PDF, it is here. Hello, Emily.
Hi.
All right, Emily, so do you need the PDF?
Oh, no, I haven't.
Okay, good. Let me just make sure that the guys have the PDF, okay? So I'll be right back.
Sure.
opinion
Oh,
Yes.
about it.
do you
So
have?
I think our currency isn't so strong due to the other.
Right. So let's talk. Emily. Okay. So can you tell me about the first one?
For example, people who live in Singapore, their currency is very strong, and it's cheap for them to travel abroad and to buy things and
And is
to
there
enjoy their lives.
another consequence? If your currency is very strong, what's another consequence of that?
Mm,
For example, think of, countries that have really strong currency.
oh, about others countries?
Yeah. Or in
Oh.
general.
Oh, I think like, for example, Japan
Mm,
or Britain, their
Britain.
currency is very strong.
That's right. That's right. And is that good for the country?
Yes, it's good. It
Yeah,
means that they don't print a lot of money.
that's true. That's true. That's true. Yes, yes, yes. So, maybe, yeah, exactly. They're not printing, they're not creating a lot of money. Now, what about the opposite? If a currency is really weak?
Here, the currency is very weak
Mm,
at the moment, and it's very expensive, for example, to invest in some projects and to buy the properties because they cost more than properties in Europe, and it's really crazy. But I mean, the average of prices are extremely high.
And so why is the currency weak right now over there?
I think because our country has a lot of sanctions,
Mm,
and they push it more and more. I mean, other countries against us. And in this situation, even if the barrel price for oil is $74 for one barrel,
mm.
like we still feel that the inflation is very high, and like to buy dollars or euros or even like I don't know, Britain pounds, right?
The
British pounds.
pounds.
It's extremely high.
It's very high. It's very high. So now I'll do the next one. So number 3, a lot of people can't afford basic things because the cost of living is very high. Now, this is a situation in a lot of countries, let's say in France, Britain, in America, but here where I live in the Czech Republic, now here the cost of living is lower, so you can get a lot of the nice things, but for much cheaper. You can go out and have, nice dinners and go to the theater and do things. So the cost of living is lower here, but it's true that in America, the cost of living is so high that a lot of people can't afford simple things.
Yeah, I saw like that my friend wanted to buy like organic cocktail like from the kiosk in the United States in Texas, and she just like, okay, like which one do you like? She asked her baby boy, and the price was like from $7 to $15. And I found that it's super expensive, but it was just like a regular kiosk. It wasn't something special or.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. What about number 4? Can you read number 4 and then comment on it?
Oh, of course, inflation is currently quite low. Prices haven't changed much since last year. And for example, in Korea, the inflation is currently quite low, and they are happy about it because their prices haven't changed much.
They haven't. That's right.
Since last year.
That's right. Yeah, they're, in a lot of countries, inflation is really high. You know, but some countries have managed to keep inflation low, and that's good for them.
That's right.
It's very, very good. Okay, now unemployment. Here says there's a lot of unemployment. Around 25% of the population, working population, don't have a job. Now, this is the case in the United States. And in the United States, a lot of people are, you know, the government is paying them to stay home.
Mhm.
They're paying them to stay home. You know, $3,000 to $4,000 a month to stay home and watch Netflix. And so that's, you know, that doesn't, that's not good for the economy. And I remember even a lot of my parents tell me that sometimes they go to restaurants or to stores, and the people there are like, oh, I'm sorry, it's going to take a long time. We don't have workers. Everyone is getting free money, so they don't come to work.
Oh, and do they still pay?
Well, yeah, they get paid. Like the government sends them money,
Wow.
and so they can make more money.
Stop doing it.
Some, I mean, for some people it might, but apparently they're going to stop doing it, but they're still receiving money.
Oh, I see.
It's really bad. Oh, really bad. What about number 6?
Unemployment has fallen a lot over the past year, so more people have work. I mean, maybe in some countries it looks like this, and I don't know these countries, but here in Moscow, I mean, there is a lot of unemployment and people researching for jobs, and they haven't received any money from the government. And it's around like 40% of people without jobs, and
40% unemployment.
yeah, but what's good about it, I mean, a lot of people started their own businesses, online businesses, and they try doing different things. That's why a lot of them became freelancers.
Yes, and that is a very good consequence.
Yeah, that helped them to survive.
Exactly. And now the last one, number 7. Can you read it and comment and give us a consequence of that?
The average salary is about 35,000 a year there, so I can earn more than here. It's a very good amount of money, I think, for some category of people. But here in Moscow, the average salary is about 10,000 a year for some category of people.
$10,000.
Yeah, because like the average is around like $1,000 dollars a month. And of course, for them, it's harder to survive, but we have like some category of people that work in the bank, for example, and it's more than 35,000 a year.
Nice. Very good. Very good. All right, everyone. So let's right now just share something that we heard. Okay, so I'll start while you remember what your partner told you. So Emily's had a very interesting observation. She said that, you know, that there's a lot of unemployment right now in Russia, but a good consequence of that, a good consequence of the unemployment is that a lot of people are becoming freelancers or they're starting their own businesses, you know, and so Russia right now has a big boom of people, you know, making money independently. And so that's a good, people think that unemployment is always bad, but now that's a good consequence of unemployment. Okay, very good. So Emily, can you share something from our conversation?
For example, that if in some countries the currency is very strong, it's cheap for them to travel abroad. but it's not good for them to live their normal life because the cost of living is very high for them. And to do basic things, it's a big deal for these people in these countries.
That's right. That's right. That's a good point. That's good, but it's good for them if they can be abroad.
Mm-hmm.
That's perfect. And Pavel, tell us, what was something that you discussed with Thomas?
Oh, okay. We discussed about the currency. It's hard to say if our currency is low or high, because if we compare with euro, we have cheaper price for rent house, and if Euro Uni will have some problems, their currency can go down, but our currency can save us because we are more independent. But in general, we think it's more comfortable have same currency.
I see.
And
Are you happy, you and or do you think most Czechs are happy that you have the crown, or would you prefer to have the euro?
I couldn't say yes or not, because in some ways I'm happy because that we are more stable, and I think if we start with euro, some stuffs will be more expensive for us because the companies couldn't pay exchange.
Exactly.
And but we will be more competitive
Competitive, yeah.
With other countries. That's a big topic, and I couldn't say if yes or not.
Okay.
I think the older people get used to have the Czech crowns because now they are more conservatives, and but the younger people, most of them, I think they don't mind about to have euros. I think.
Yeah.
When we have conversations with my friends, so they are not against the euros. Okay, but they are also satisfied with the Czech crown, but they don't mind.
I will have both.
Yeah.
Why
No
not?
problem.
Yeah.
And Bitcoin.
And Bitcoin. That's very important. Yes. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano. Yes. So what Solana is pumping right now. So what's interesting with that is that, for example, Slovakia, we talked about Slovakia earlier. So Slovakia, when prices changed, when they got the euro, it became so expensive. Bratislava now is more expensive than Prague.
Yeah.
And many people think it was because of the euro. So Prague was able to keep the prices lower thanks to the crown, which is,
And bigger problem is they have same salary.
same salary, and just prices of everything went up. So that's kind of another example, even though, the Czech Republic is much bigger, it's definitely double the size of Slovakia. It's still, I think they joined more or less around the same time, and they were the same country before. So there you can compare the two results, the result of switching to the euro, and then the example of not switching over to the euro. Okay. And Thomas, what was something else from your conversation that was interesting?
We talk about the inflation.
Mhm.
So, we have for I don't know, 5 years, we have really stable the low point of the unemployment.
Mhm.
So, but due to that, the inflation is growing up because of the low unemployment. Because people don't save money as so much, and then spend the money. So there are too many money, and
Yeah, there's too much money.
yeah, so
You could say there's too much money in
too much, yeah, too much.
That's true. Too much money in circulation.
Yeah.
Prices go up. Yeah. So we do have inflation. Okay, awesome. So that's a good one. So now this for the second conversation here. It's going to be a little bit more, we're going to focus about quality of life. Okay, now of course the important thing is to recycle all the expressions. Okay, this is how so you can use these again. It's like cost of living. Okay, but here we're going to quality of life. Okay, and we have all of these things. I just wanted to explain. I think all of these you would understand most of these, but maybe I would like to explain this one. Pace of life. What does it mean, pace of life?
How fast you live?
Exactly. Yeah. How fast you live, how fast everything is, the pace of life. So the important thing is this, for example, to think about the pace of life. How does the pace of life affect the quality of life? So is that something, in your opinion, this is all your opinion, there's not a right or wrong answer. For some people, they think, oh, climate doesn't affect the quality of life. But some people think that climate affects your quality of life. So explain, how important these are, why, maybe other factors that you can think of that are important for a good quality of life. Okay, which ones from the list are important for you and which ones are not important, why, and give examples. Okay, so this is about the quality of life. We'll discuss the quality of life. Okay, so let's do this here. Okay, perfect. So I'll work with Pavel, and Emily, you can work with Thomas on this. Pavel.
Hello, David.
So tell me, Pavel, let's talk about the quality of life.
Oh,
Well, before we look at the questions, is quality of life important for you?
yes, it's important for me, and I see some research this week, and they say the Prague is 7th best town in the world for living. I think I choose best. For me, it's important the culture, to good job, traffic, uh, uh, safe life,
Or safety.
safety life. And I think the Prague is very good in this ways, and I don't know which city could be better. Maybe I'm not sure, and I like it. And when I could take a vacation twice per year, I don't need nothing.
So I don't need anything.
Anything.
And so you're happy in Prague. You can't think of another place.
Yes, I'm happy there, but maybe when I will be older, I will go to smaller city nearby Prague.
Okay, so you say near Prague.
Near Prague.
And so those are the good things. Okay, you talked about a lot of really good things. Safety. Safety is important. You talked about the cost of living. What about the climate? Does that affect you?
No, I like summer and like winter. I have both there, and in Czech Republic we don't have strong summer. Some days are so hot, and we have good air condition in the office, and our flat has a good temperature. But I don't like too much hot.
I don't like it when it's too hot.
I don't like when it's too hot. But if it's too much, I'm going to swimming pool or some lake, and it's best if we travel to some sea or ocean.
Croatia, is that your favorite place? Croatia or
Croatia. No, that's not my favorite place, but a lot of Czech joking about Croatia. It's the second home for Czechoslovak people.
that's right. That's
But I think Croatia is so nice, and that jokes start when a lot of people go there, and every people knows how Croatia looks.
every
Uh,
person, every person.
every person, but it's cheap. It's competitive between Czech Republic, similar mentality, similar beer, and it's 10 hours from Czech Republic, from Prague. It's quite near,
Right.
and I think Croatia is so nice, but I was there twice, and I would like to see other place.
So let me ask you something. Is time off important for quality to have a good quality of life?
It's the vocation, or what is?
Yeah, time off is holidays, vacation.
Yes. For me, it's very important because I don't have time of 1 year and 3 months,
So
and
I haven't had any time off.
I haven't had any time off per 15 months, and I feel a little bit depressed because I want, if I have something for looking forward.
See, as something to look forward to.
Something to look forward to. It's very important in my life because I have some point and I could focus on them.
Yes.
And now I still don't have that point.
Remember the last time was it Barcelona? I remember you traveled to Barcelona.
Yes, it was in beginning of COVID. It was last year in the March, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, March last year.
But in the January we plan go to the Vietnam.
Wow.
But
we are planning to.
We planned
last
year we planned went to the Vietnam.
Planned to
but in China started problems with Corona, and we changed our plan and go to the Barcelona.
Wow.
And from this I was only in Slovakia, but that's not vacation for me. I need change culture, some new nature, new people, new language.
Just remember, Pavel, I need to.
Sorry.
I need to change. No problem. Last one, Pavel, can you tell me how important you could talk maybe about transport, how important transport is for a good quality of life, or maybe family. How important is it to have a good family life, good contact, a lot of time with your family?
Yes, transport is important, but for me, it's more important the culture. I think theater, music, opportunities, because I could travel by public travel. It's more quick.
Public transport, it's quicker.
Public transport is quicker than if I go by car. But in the summer, it's better go with car. But now, when everybody came back to the school, Prague is full of students and other people's. The traffic are bad, and but I think that that's not too much like in Los Angeles.
Not so bad. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Pavel. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. All right, perfect. So right now we're just going to go just a few minutes, 3 minutes of grammar, a little bit of verbs that sometimes we get, we have problems, when to use the present perfect, when to use the present continuous. Okay, so sometimes this is why I added this, but it'll be quick, very, very quick. So present continuous, if it's an action that is happening now. So you don't say now I drink tea. It says now I am drinking tea, but I drink tea every day. So I drink tea every day. It's the simple one. But the present perfect, I have been, if it's not a specific point in time, just a general time in the past, but it can be connected to the present. For example, I've been to London. I don't say when. Maybe it was yesterday, maybe it was 2 weeks ago, maybe it was 5 years ago, but you don't say when. So it's general past. To be going to, like I am going to, that's the future. Okay. Sometimes we use will, we always use will. I will go, I will speak, I will present. But sometimes you can change it to I am going to, I'm going to present, I am going to visit my friend. And then used to. Okay. Sometimes we always use the past. Okay, I visited, when I was young, I visited my grandma every day. That's correct. But you can change it and say, oh, when I was a child, I used to visit my grandma. Okay, so it's different ways of saying things. And this is just a little bit of practice. So let's jump into these. And yep, just this is the verb. The verb is at the end of the sentence, and then choose the correct tense. Okay, so let's start with Pavel. Number 1.
At the moment, the economy is doing quite well.
Exactly. It's doing quite well. Thomas, number 2.
Employment has fallen over the last few months.
Yes, that's fallen over. Good. Emily?
The cost of living has gone up a lot in the last 5 years.
Perfect. Okay, awesome. And then back to Pavel.
Eating out is a lot of cheaper when I was a kid.
So think about it's in the past when I was a kid.
Eating out has been a lot cheaper when I was a kid. Was.
Well, you could say was, but here we only have 4 options. We have this one, okay, this one, and this one, used to. Okay, so eating out was a lot cheaper. You can say that, but actually here we want to use the past. So which one of these is past?
Used to
be
a lot cheaper when I was a kid.
Exactly. But was, like I said before, was is correct, but right now we want to use the different ones. Okay, great, Pavel. And Thomas, next one.
There is going to be an election in 4 months' time.
Yes. So here you say there is going to be, or you can make it shorter. There's going to be. They're both correct. Good. Okay, Emily.
The government. The government has, I don't know.
Right now, currently.
The government is losing. Is currently losing popularity.
Yes, good. So here, this point, when you have one of this, it's an adverb of frequency. So it always goes between the 2 verbs. Okay. So for example, is always, my friend is always calling me. The baby is always crying, is sometimes sleeping. So sometimes, currently, always goes between the 2. Okay. So that was a correct answer. Very good. Very good, Emily. And now back to Pavel.
According to the government, inflation will falling over the next few months.
The other future.
Be falling.
So this one, so it, you say it is
Falling.
it's going to so let's see, anybody else got this one? Inflation,
Going to fall.
yeah, is going to fall. Yes, so is going to fall.
Yeah.
Yeah, so here, so let me just explain this one. So for example, it's inflation, so it's it, so it is. It is, the B is going to fall. So of course you could say it will fall. Will fall. That's like the easy future. Okay, it will fall. It is going to fall. Same idea. Okay, perfect. And Thomas, next one.
Crime used to be less of a problem when I was younger.
Perfect. Used to be. Awesome. And Emily, number 9.
Our currency is getting stronger at the moment.
Yeah, it is getting stronger. And Pablo, last one.
We had more job security in the past.
Okay, so the other past.
We have been.
So with.
Oh, sorry. We used to have more job security in the past.
We used to have, exactly. Used to have more security in the past. Yeah. So perfect. So all of these are options that we can include, okay, when we're speaking. Okay, just to change it up. So now we're going to go to the next conversation. So now we're going to get into the microeconomics. Okay, so macro, it's inflation, quality of life, cost of living, all of these things. Now we're going to talk about micro, which is about yourself. Okay, so so here, let's just first explain the words in this box, just so that we are ready for the next exercise. So Emily, can you pick one of these words and explain what it means?
For example, borrow.
Mm-hmm.
And it means take and use. I mean, when you borrow some money from the bank, for example, if you'd like to buy a house or a land. I don't like it, but I mean, a lot of people do it.
They borrow money from the bank and then they have to pay it back. That's true. Great. Pavel, next one.
Invest. It means if you invest money and you expecting more money back.
That's right. You want to get some money back. Perfect. Okay, Thomas.
When you lend money from someone, you owe him. After that's the money which he gave to you.
That's right. So when you borrow money, then you owe it back. You have to. You have to pay it back. Yeah, that's a good verb. Oh, Emily, back to you.
For example, worth. It's the value of money. I mean, the level.
Exactly. The value is the worth. Somehow, how much something is worth is what is the value. So how much is your car worth? How much is your house worth? How much is Bitcoin worth? The price, right? Okay, perfect. Pavel.
Save is if you save money, you don't invest and you expect same worth of that money.
Exactly. You keep it, you just keep it safe. You save it, you don't invest it, it stays the same amount, right? And last one, Thomas.
When you bet some money, for example, in casino or for jackpot, you can win much more than you bet.
Good invest.
That's right. Yes. So you can bet. That's another good word. Okay. So so yeah, when you win, it's just luck, right?
Yes.
So what's the difference? How would you explain the difference between investing and and betting?
Winning and betting.
Yeah.
You bet some amount of money that you have already, but you can win much more than you owe now. So that's just the luck.
Exactly.
And, I think it doesn't work for many times.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's
It
not a
would be
good,
so easy.
yeah, no, they say the house always wins. When you bet, the house always wins. So right now we have two more conversations. Okay, so the first one is we want to get used to using these expressions, these microeconomic.
Sorry, I have to go today.
Okay, no problem. So
Uh-huh.
good to see you,
Nice
Pavel.
conversation.
Have
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
a good mixing session.
Next week. Bye.
Take care. Bye, bye.
Bye.
All right, so here what we want to use is we want to use these expressions. Okay, so pay for something, pay bills, pay back, get paid. When you get your salary, you get paid, pay interest, pay to do, pay attention, pay for. Okay, so we'll just do one and one. Okay, and then we'll do the questions here. So Thomas, maybe can you ask Emily the first one?
What different ways can you pay for something?
Oh, for example, I can use my credit card or debit card or Apple Pay or just cash.
Mhm. What's your favorite way to pay?
I'd like to use Apple Pay
Really? Why is that?
because it's easier for me. I don't need to have my card with me, my debit card with me.
Mhm. That's nice. Okay. Okay, perfect. And Emily, maybe you can ask Thomas the next one.
Of course. What kinds of bills do people have to pay?
So I think for a rent for a flat or for a house for living, and it's also they pay for electricity or gas when you have a gas in your flat when you cooking with on a gas, not on electricity, and also for I think for a gas to the car, you have a car, or insurance for a car,
Insurance, that's a
and
bill.
also insurance for yourself sometimes,
So health insurance.
health insurance, and also for a mobile operators.
So how do you pay your bills? You just pay them at the beginning of the month, or do you have them like automatic pay, auto pay?
Because of the salaries in Czech Republic mostly are in the middle of the month, so the bills are paid after the middle in the second half of the month. You know, after the 15th of the month, the day of the month. So you can deal with the bank or with the operator. For example, they asked me when I want to get when I want to pay the bills, for example, when I have the salary, so I could pay the bill after that. So
Okay.
really nice, you know.
Okay, awesome, Thomas. Very good. Now maybe you can ask the next one.
When do you have to pay a bank or someone back?
If I borrow some money from a bank, or if I borrow some money from my friend, of course, then I need to pay them back.
And so Emily, earlier you said that you don't like borrowing money. You don't think borrowing money is a good thing. Why is that?
I just never done it, and I don't want to feel that I need to to pay back or something. I just have some money, and I navigate my life, and I know which amount of money I can spend. That's why I don't need to borrow any money.
That's right. That's right, exactly. So there's no obligation, doesn't feel heavy.
No.
I see. Awesome. Okay, Emily, maybe ask Thomas the next one.
Thomas, how and when do people get paid?
Okay, when you employed, for example, in some company, you get paid monthly. For example, in the Czech Republic, in the middle of the month. And but if you are independent or as an artist, as you, Emily, or some sportsman or something like that, or a businessman, you get paid after your job is done or something.
That's right. And I can check like my online accounts like a few times per month because different platforms pay like differently.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. And so, what's the best way to get paid, Thomas? What do you think? The most convenient way?
Just to buy a bank account, classic way for me. I don't use other ways to get paid.
I see.
No, other platforms.
So just direct deposit.
Yep.
I think, yeah, that's a good one. Okay, perfect. Next one, Thomas, you can ask Emily.
When do you have to pay interest?
For example, if you don't have enough money and you'd like to buy an apartment or a land, you can borrow some money from the bank and then you need to pay interest.
So what's the interest rate right now?
The interest rate in Russia is pretty high. It's around 10%.
Really?
And before the pandemic, it was 12%. And the lowest one that we saw, it was 6%, but the prices went up extremely fast that now we are just like in shock.
That's a very high interest rate. Yeah, that's unacceptable.
I just borrowed just a low amount of money from a bank yesterday,
Really?
and my interest is just about 3%.
Wow.
It's very great.
That's like pretty
Yeah.
much free. It's free money.
So I had to borrow the money because it's very
It's
very
free
great offer.
Well, that's the thing. You know, there's a lot of economists, a lot of business people who say that the secret to becoming rich is borrowing money.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of these guys, people think that like Elon Musk and Bill Gates pay everything with cash. Nah, they borrow like everything. Like they borrow and they buy companies with borrowed money. They do business with borrowed money. They invest with borrowed money.
And then they can't sleep. And some of them die young.
Some of them
But
do.
rich.
Some of them do. Some of them do. Yes, so it's hard to know. Maybe they're just manipulating us and they want us to borrow money, but who knows? So that's it. Yeah, paying interest. Now let's see, Emily, maybe you can do the next one.
Mm-hmm. Who do you pay to do something?
When I want from someone to do some job for me, if I want some service or some from someone, so I pay him to do some thing I want. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah. So what are some, for example? What are some
I got
examples?
quite lost. Sorry.
No problem. So what are some examples of things that like services or that you pay other people to do?
When someone make some some stuff for me, furniture or something like that. I order a table or a chair.
That's right.
Yeah, so
that's right.
I had to pay for it.
That's right. Yeah. So this one is paid to do. So maybe you can pay them to deliver it. Or you can pay them to build it. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. So you can, for example, you pay someone to cut your hair, cut your hair or do something like that. Okay. Good. And Thomas, can you ask the next one?
Where do people have to pay attention?
We need to pay attention, for example, when we are on the road and when we are swimming in the swimming pool. And with a lot of things, even if we are going like for a walk in the middle of the night, we need to pay attention.
Of course.
Also at these classes lesson, also at school.
Exactly. Exactly. Pay attention. We have to pay attention in a lot of situations. Okay. And now let's just think of something for both of you, things that you offer to pay. So let me just explain this one. So some people get confused with when you offer to pay, say, oh, I can pay this. For example, I'm offering to pay. I say, no, don't worry, I will pay. So what things might you offer to pay for?
For example, the bill at the pub.
That's right.
After everyone leaves and if you are alone and the bill is very high.
That's right. Does that happen?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes some friends just forgot how many beers they had, so we just had to pay for them.
Yeah. But then they'll pay you back.
Yeah, most of the time.
Yeah.
But sometimes we just say it's okay. Next time you will pay for it.
Oh, I see. I see.
Yeah, so-
Yeah, that's a good arrangement. And something else, Emily, that you might offer to pay for?
For example, I might offer to pay for some tickets if we'd like to go to the theater or to the zoo or something like that.
Exactly. You can offer to pay that as well. Okay, so here are some questions right here. Okay, so let's see. So Thomas, what do you spend most of your money on? And are you good at saving your money?
Not so much. But now when I have the proper job, so I will get a higher salary than I used to get. So I could save more money than I used to. I used to be allowed to save.
Oh wow!
Be
And
safe,
are you a big spender typically?
Yeah. I love to spend money. But
Really?
also when I said to myself that I want something to buy and I need it, so I'm able to save money for it without a problem. But I love to spend money. But now I have to save money for a car and also for a new flat or for a new house. So now I have to cut some money from the salary every month for it. So now I have to be more
Responsible?
responsible. Exactly. Yeah. Thank you.
Great, very good, Thomas. I would just say when I need to buy something, not when I need something to buy. When I need to buy something, good. Okay, but other than that, it was perfect. And so, Emily, okay, and what are some good things to invest your money in? Have you invested in anything in the past, and were these investments successful?
Actually, I think that it's better to invest my money, for example, into some properties if you have enough. And I tried invested in shares, and I was successful. But I just was very nervous when I put some money there. It was the split of Apple and Tesla, and they went down a lot. And then I needed some time to wait when they recovered completely. And when I got a little bit more than I put, then I closed my positions. And now I'm looking forward to crypto because I think that it has a, I don't know, potential. Potential, yeah. And I mean, even with a small amount of money, I see that it can grow. And now I just study how to use it.
I see. Very nice. And Thomas, what do you think about crypto?
I don't have a clue about the crypto. It's just, I don't know. But many of my friends bought it and use it, and trade it, or I don't know what's happening there. But I don't know. Maybe there will be a time when I get into that.
I see. So it's interesting for you.
Not so much, or yet.
Not yet.
No, not so much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so let me ask you another question, Thomas. Which jobs do people earn too much money? And in which jobs do people earn too little money? And why is there that difference?
No, at the moment, I think the pharmacy in the pharmacy industry, because of the COVID situation, also before the situation, but now they are got much more rich. And for example, people where they don't earn so much money is the social services. Because my mom works as a social in the social services.
Worker, yeah.
Social worker. She look around, look after about the old people, but the salaries are really low in this era or industry.
Yeah, they should get paid more because they
because it helps people, actively.
Of course, they're doing a lot of work for people.
And emotionally, it's also really hard because there are old people dying, and you get into relationship with them, and then they die. So it's also physically really hard job.
Yeah, it's difficult. And so last question for Emily. So do you know anyone who has won or lost any money?
I know some people and they lost their money in Forex.
Oh, really? How did it happen?
Oh, they were like super smart. They had good grades at school, and then they learned how to predict, and they had enough money. And I know that 4 of them split their money together, and they lost more than $100,000. Yeah. And I don't know someone that won any money. I think that to really win money, it's a hard work and a little bit of luck.
Yeah. That's a good point. Okay, perfect, everyone. So good, good discussion there. So I definitely recommend to go over some of these terms, because these expressions are basically everything that you need to talk about, the macroeconomy, like countries and currencies and all that, but also basic stuff about yourself. So it's really, it's everything that you need. Okay, any questions before we close the session?
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
It was great.
Awesome. So have a great weekend, and I'll see you next time.
You too. See you soon.
See you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.